Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. This is not a political poll. This is a spiritual poll for the people that are coming new. I like to think of us as a collective coming together so that we can raise our vibrations a little bit, and that in turn raises the planet's vibration. So wherever you are watching this, whatever part of the world, whatever time you're watching, our energies blend together and feed this collective so that we can have a better planet to live in. I'm going to drop the camera down so we can look at the cards, and we'll see where I'm going with this. So, what I'd like to talk about is how do we stay positive when we have so many people throwing things in our energy field that is negative. A lot of it's self-inflicted. We watch too much news. In others, it just gets in our field. And we go, how did that happen? So, I'd like to look at how do we stay positive in these shifting, changing, dark, supposedly, times. Because I think for every bit of dark, there is light. Okay, here we go. So what I would like us to do is take a couple of deep breaths in our imagination, in our mind's eye, as we drop some of the worries of the day by breathing. We get up and we walk out of our houses, out of our apartments. And as we open the door, we walk through a thin mist, and we find ourselves on the familiar path, and we're walking down to the beach. And we notice as we're walking down the path, we notice the sights, the smells, the sounds. What do we see on the path? Do we see ferns? Do we see the wind blowing the ferns a little bit? Are there flying insects? Are there birds? Do they make noise? What's it smell like as we walk down to the beach? Can we smell the ocean now? Where's the sun? Has it come up yet? Or do we feel just the beginning of the sunrise on our faces as we walk down into the beach? And as we get down to the beach, we see the familiar fire. And before we get there, let's invite our masters, our teachers, our departed loved ones, our angels, our guides, whoever we associate with, whoever we want to sit by us by the fire, listening to the sounds of the ocean. And as we settled in around the fire, really content, looking at the group that we have here. And we notice that we're sitting on a compass rose, north, south, east, west. Where are you sitting? Is it north? Or did you happen to sit in an eastern position or a northeastern position. Just make note of it. So today what I want to look at is, how do we stay positive in this difficult time? I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle, Brady Tarot, and Return to Spirit. This center is the fire, is the root cause. We have east, south, west, north. Let's just take a look. Well, ooh. We have Jaguar in medicine position. So in the Mystical Shaman Oracle, the reversals of cards means the medicine position. And I love that term, the medicine position, because it's not negative. It's just, you need to work on this. And what this is, the Jaguar, let's flip this right side up. The Jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon. And in time of fear, she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar's at the top of the food chain. She doesn't fear anything. However, this Jaguar doesn't take any more than it needs. It doesn't waste anything. And it's in medicine position. So are we giving up our power? Are we letting it go? What needs to be released? What are we carrying around that doesn't serve us anymore? What's ready to be released once and for all? The second card I pulled, wow, sorcerer. Sorry? Sorcerer, wow. So this is a source of dark power. Certainly, this can be the news around us today, right? This is what is being thrown at us all the time. Some of it's true, some of it's not true. We have to figure out which is what it is. You know, are we believing in lack, or are we believing in abundance? We're certainly stuck in the medicine position of the Jaguar, which is not allowing us to walk in strength, but it's allowing us to be in fear. So let's go to the sun. Normally the way I go through the compass is the sun rises in the east, brings new opportunities, new beginnings, new happiness, new joys, sometimes new sorrows, new challenges. Let's see what we get. We get the Emperor. This is the Brady Tarot. Interesting card that we get this in the East, the Sun. The Emperor's already made his journey. He's at the top of the mountain. He's at the apex. He tells other people what to do. He's like in charge of everything, watching his plan unfold. Interesting in the sun, because sometimes we would think that we wouldn't be the emperor. We would be, the kid riding on a horse in the Sun Tarot card. But no, we get the Emperor. In the Return to Spirit card, shifting. So the Emperor knows that we are in shifting times. The Emperor knows that we're good with it. The Emperor now has to direct the people and emotions that he has under his control to adapt to these shifting times. Very cool. As we go to the sun, as we go to the south, east, south. The south is all about like noonday sun. It's all about the journey. We started this and now we're in the journey of it. We're working it. We're in the middle of whatever this new project was. And what we get is the Eight of Horns, Eight of Cups, departure. This is walking away from sadness. This is walking away to find yourself. And you can see the dragonfly, Source, God, taking flight. So powerful. So powerful. And they're flying in the night. So it's flying, even though this is, the south is midday sun. It's still a little dark. But nonetheless, dragonfly is taking off. It's got another guidance system that we're unaware of. And the Return to Spirit card is Take Flight. Wow. Wow. It's not a time for us to be sitting around. It's a time to walk away from our sorrow here. Walking away from our sorrow. Flying away from our sorrow. Take flight. Take flight. Turn this Jaguar upside down. Don't walk in fear, walk in strength. Fly in strength. Okay. This is the West. The West is where the sun sets. Things that need to be released. Things that need to go away. Things that are holding us back from allowing the Emperor and the shifting messages to come through. And this is the Four Cups. Four Horns. Apathy. Just laying around going, oh man, this is awful. This isn't any good. Wah, 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 wah. I call this in other tarot decks crying over spilled milk. And so here he is, laying around in apathy. And I think you have all this water here, a lot of emotion going on, even though that water buffalo's just hanging, not doing anything. A lot of emotion in this card. And he's looking at the three horns full of water. And he's going, yeah. But up here is another horn that's full of water that has birds drinking out of it. There is a taking flight message here in this card. We have to let go of the apathy so that we can take flight. And we have to believe in fairy magic. And because this is in the West, it's suggesting that maybe we need to let go of the fairy magic. And I don't want to let go of the fairy magic because I like the fairy magic. However, if we're just going, well, magic is just going to happen. Well, no, magic isn't going to just happen. We have to make fairy magic happen. Number one, we have to believe in fairies. Number two, we have to believe in magic. And number three, we have to make it happen. All right. So as we're dealing with this sorcerer energy, with these fears of having our Jaguar upside down in medicine position, we go to the north. In the north is, for me, it's all about the true direction that we're going in. This also can be considered the winter. If we have spring, summer, fall, winter, getting ready, preparing, storing enough food for the summer or the spring, for new growth, what do we have in store for that? We have optimism. Woohoo! Four of feathers. This is the four wands in regular tarot. And it's a celebration. It's yay, happy, happy, happy. However, in this meaning, four of wands, there is a false celebration that you have to be careful of. In this deck, there is this prairie dog could be jumping out of his hole to celebrate the sun coming out, but if he's not careful, he's got to watch the sky because something can swoop down. Now it looks like some of the feathers have already tried to swoop down and he's succeeded, so good on him, right? And the thing with this card as I look at it, you have some there, some back there. This is kind of like our community, sitting around a fire. Less hair though. Well, I shouldn't be the one to be talking about less hair. However, fur. Prairie dogs live in a community. They communicate with each other. They warn others of impending doom. There's a great big optimism here. And why is that? Because of rejuvenation. Wow, wow, wow. So as we go around the circle, we go around the compass rose again. Rejuvenation, shifting, take flight, fairy magic. There's optimism. We have the Emperor. We have walking away from sorrow, taking flight, the departure, leaving sorrow behind. This apathy card, though, along with this lack of strength, we need to turn that around and cover up. This darkness with the dark sorcerer, this source of dark power, has nothing over the Jaguar. We have to put it in the right environment. Sorcerers, a lot of people think of it as magic too. And when we look at the fairy magic, the thing that we need to release in the West We need to let it go with the setting sun gently. Bye-bye. See ya. All right. So what do we do? How do we stay positive when everything around us seems to be crumbling? Know that we are the emperor. Take that strength. It doesn't need to be mean. It just needs to be strong. Know that we're shifting. Know that we're taking flight. It shakes us up a little bit. Be optimistic in the rejuvenation of what we are creating. Of what we are creating. Yay, yay, yay. So I want to thank the person who asked me to read on this again. Thank you. Hope you all have a great day, great week. Peace and love.